It's one of those days. Did you crash the virus? Did you crash the set? It's just, oh, when we're going to crash again. Yeah, that's the wonders of, hey, how are you? Am I zoomed in? I am not zoomed in, but we're crashing. Did you crash the weekend? We crashed the weekend. Thank you for joining me on Evenings LA in a sort of modified set. Modified. Why am I crashing? Because I just crash. In a modified set, as you know, the camera angle's all different, the lighting's all different, the location's all different. If you saw what I'm holding this up with, you would sort of laugh your head off. But what a day. Nancy Pelosi's watching this. She's like, I didn't mean crash the set. I meant crash the virus. Crash the virus. Crash the virus. It's, you know, it's children going hungry. Uh, so thank you for joining me on a big night. The only thing crashing better than me is Ted Cruz landing in landing in a Texas airport. Uh, Ted Gate is far from over, and added to the mix is going to be Gavin Gate, as Gavin Newsom faces recall election votes. Politico tonight has a major report talking about Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, as he tries to send out a $600 stimulus check to you to maybe save his political career, because the push by Republicans to get a recall on the ballot this fall is heating up. A new report from Politico says that the Democratic governor, who is certainly the topic of discussion with Nancy Pelosi for your stimulus through all of 2020, is now facing the prospect of no longer being governor. The question is a recall effort. The recall effort says that they have about 600,000 votes to recall him, signatures to recall him, but the count may be much higher. It may be into the millions, says a report. The Republican Party is funneling a lot of money into here. What makes this very interesting for stimulus is that while you and I don't know why, you know, the president of the United States does not provide the stimulus as initially provided. We also don't know whatever happened to that claim that states were going bankrupt. Throughout 2020, stimulus was held up because of the claim that Gavin Newsom and Andrew Cuomo, Democratic governors, were not able to balance their budget. Now we see Cuomo Gate, we see Gavin Gate, and suddenly we see that California and New York are not struggling financially and are actually now sending out stimulus checks or trying to send out stimulus checks. You know, New York, while was claiming that it was going bankrupt, had rent programs for across the country, for across the state. California, meantime, in recent days, has talked about $600 stimulus check. But as Ted Cruz tries to jump on a plane and fly, to the Cancun, Gavin Newsom cannot get away from the scandal. The Gavin Gate will ultimately come to a head if there's enough ballots to ask for a recall. The recall will result in a fall vote election, where California residents will determine whether the stimulus governor, who said that the California state was going to go bankrupt, who didn't have a stimulus, should be recalled, and if so, who should replace him. The big news is that we have the third stimulus package bill. The bill was revealed on this channel midday on Friday, and early and late next week, towards the end of the week, the bill will be passed. The bill will pass the House of Representatives. The bill will get its final vote, and the vote will be a finality. The question is, what then? The bill is not a question of passage in the House. The bill is a question of passage in the Senate, because the Senate has a lot of permutations, and those permutations will manifest themselves not next week functionally, but the week after. The reason why we're dealing with these steps is because the senators have already expressed concerns with items of the third stimulus package. This is good. This is good. You, as the purple power, are inspired to step up, to advocate, to push back for things that should go bigger and bolder. We're not negative, we're not ranting, because under the third stimulus package, you're going to get thousands of dollars. Every viewer of this channel will get somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 under the third stimulus package. You will get your stimulus check of $1,400. If you're an individual, if you're minor dependent, if you're adult dependent, if you're on SSI or SSDI, if you're a senior, if you're a young kid, everyone's getting $1,400. Then you'll get rent assistance. Then you'll get utility assistance. Then you'll get food assistance, and then you'll get internet. Of those five, four of them you have to apply for. Only the stimulus check is automatic. And that is why you stay with this channel, because it's important to know that this money is for you to get. It's not for it to get you. That didn't come out right, did that come out right? The stimulus is not to get you, you're to get in. I think you know what I'm talking about. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because who else comes up with expressions like this? Why aren't you subscribing? I mean, come on already. This is where you should be subscribing. You shouldn't be subscribing to the guy that told you to buy Tesla stock in January, because guess what? It's down $100. The person who did this or this or this about the Tesla stock, you shouldn't be there. You should be here. But I will tell you that let's see, Apple is up 12 cents after hours trading. I have an offset here. So, wow, there you go. If you've not also liked this video, like the video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. In this video, well, first of all, if you're a member, you're going to get access to the actual, I'm holding up the wrong exhibit, actual bill. This is the actual first 6 pages of the bill. Now, I give you more than the 6 pages of the bill. I just don't hold up the whole pages of the bill because my wrist will hurt. So as a member, you get a copy of the bill. As a member of this channel, you also get parts of the bill. I'm going to slowly take apart the bill and separate out the unemployment section, separate out the housing, the rent, and the mortgage assistance section, separate out the business section. And so you can actually just go to that individual section. Now, throughout the day, I also explained to you how you could sort of do a word search on the document to find those respective sections. And you know what? In this video, I'm going to do that as well again. So get ready and get a pen and paper, because I got that information coming up in a second. There's my Lady Hawks. You guys rule. That's Lisa. I love that. The day started with the Biden administration talking up the bill again. But Mark Zandi, chief economist of Moody's Analytics, said that Jerome Powell is really the most singular important figure in the situation. He's the head of the Federal Reserve, and he's just absolutely staying to script. He wants more stimulus. This is what Zandi said. Powell's going to stick to the script. The script is lawmakers need to continue to provide support for the economy. He's going to be supportive of the administration's effort to get a big package through. Amen. The day started well with news that Linda Rendell, CEO of Clorox, the bleach company, says that it's shipping more canisters, 1 million wipes, and we're getting them to stores every day. That's true. People need to adopt cleaning through a safety and wellness. They're really still cleaning. They're still selling out, which shows that people are really still focused on this pandemic, even as vaccinations rise. When would this economy start to look a little bit more normal in terms of business operations? Chicago Cubs owner Tom Ricketts on Friday night said that he thinks by July you could see things a little bit more normal. You may not have a full capacity house, but I think by summer, if the infection rate does go down the way they believe it will, then you're going to see a ballpark and watch a game, said Dr. Fauci in an interview on Friday. Ricketts in turn said, I hope that with vaccinations and better treatments and better testing, by the end of summer, it will feel like normal business once again. On Thursday and Friday, Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary Joe Biden, spoke extensively about stimulus in broadcast news. She basically did the roadshow. She promoted the bill. And she said, we need the bill because long-term unemployment is not improving. If you've been with this channel, you're going to see me stay with the economics of the situation. It's not so much, what is Tesla stock doing or what is Apple stock doing. It has nothing to do with home starts. It has nothing to do with consumer spending. It has to do, well, it has tangentially has something to do with consumer spending, but it absolutely is dead center on long-term unemployment. Long-term unemployment are people who are unemployed more than 6 months. It means they can't get back to work. It means they don't have a job. And if there's systematic long-term unemployment, which there is currently at 4 million people, then it means that those people can't pay for rent, they can't pay for utilities, can't pay for food. They need stimulus. And so people ask me, is the third stimulus the last stimulus? No. Nancy Pelosi confirms there's another stimulus package after this, but is there another one after that or between it? I think there will be. I don't think this will be the next to last stimulus package. I think we'll see two more if this economy stays how it is. Meantime, you will also see standalone bills. The $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness really, oh my God, really heated up on Friday, as Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren said, "We're not willing to over. We want $50,000." President Biden said, "No, I'm not doing it." They said, "Yes, you are." He said, "No, I'm not doing $50,000. I'll do $10,000." And they said, "No, we're going to push you to do $50,000." And guess what? Shortly thereafter, less than 24 hours after that, 10 attorney generals from states across the country came forward and said, "Mr. President, you better do $50,000. So this is a big situation as we sit here today. Reaction from Janet Yellen came in over the weekend, and they started with Jim Stewart, who's a columnist at the New York Times, and he talked about that the specific elements that are aimed at helping people hurt by the pandemic. I think it's a very blunt instrument. It's not closely helpful to help those people particularly, but I think it's somewhat has troubled some of the critics, but nonetheless, it's where you're trying to keep the economy thriving. You know, it's not going to be perfect. It's not a perfect bill. The third stimulus package is not a perfect bill. The message of this channel is stay positive, stay focused, and really smash that like button, as someone said. It is really stay focused, because in the third stimulus package, you're going to get more than $1,400. You're going to get $5,000 to $10,000 for every view of this channel. You're going to get the rent, you get the stimulus check, you get the rent, the utilities, the food, and maybe childcare if you have child help as well. If you're on SSI or SSDI, you're getting the $1,400. You get the rent, the food, and the internet. Those are the things you're getting. If you're a child, you're going to add $3,600 on top of it. If you're a teenager, you're going to add $3,000 on top of it. If you're a college student, you're going to add $1,700 on top of it. If you're a business owner, you're going to add $5,000 on top of it. And if you are paid sick leave, you're going to add $1,400 a week on top of that. Now, there are some things that just sort of shock the consciousness, and they certainly are there, like the money for the restaurants. You're going to add $5 million on top of that if you're a restaurant. I can't say that with a straight face. Now, understand, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think anyone's actually going to get the $5 million, but it is in there. When would you actually see this money? The bill's going to land in the Senate after the end of this week. At the end of this week, the bill's going to pass the House. It then lands in the Senate. And then the bill gets a little bit of cuts. It gets some cuts from a person named the parliamentarian. And that parliamentarian is going to step in and say, "Wait a second." Who are you kidding? Wait, let me look at this bill again. Were you at the casino late last night when you wrote this? The parliamentarian. I mean, come on already. This is... Are you serious? Come on. Were you drunk? And she's going to look at the $15 minimum wage and say, "What the hell is this in here for?" Cut. And then the Bernie Sanders is going to say, Kemma, do the override. So she's going to do the override, and then they're going to vote for the override, and then we sort of fix our shirt, fix our tie, and then the purple power sort of walks in then. We sort of walk in there. It's like, "Oh, you want our votes? You want our votes, do you? Oh, yeah, you want our votes, don't you? You want our votes, your 50 votes to override, don't you, for the $15 minimum wage, federal wage? Well, I got an offer for you. You can't refuse. That FPUC, that FPUC needs to get changed. Hey, Susan, thank you for the dancing bear. That FPUC has to change. That adult dependent stimulus check has to change. Yeah. What happened to the $2,000 stimulus check? That has to change. Yeah. Will the student's stimulus have to be applied? She applied for taxes. I'm confused. I don't understand the question. I'm so sorry. If you're talking about the $1,700 financial aid, that's not through taxes. That's financial aid. So you're going to see Catalan. You're going to see the senators really do the Cupid shuffle. You're going to see the senators do the Cupid shuffle. And that Cupid shuffle is going to kick in very loud and clear because they're going to see that there's stuff in that third stimulus package that needs to get modified. Now, if you just joined me at the 15-minute mark, let me give you the big update where we are on Evenings LA. Thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. Where's LA? I'm here. I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Someone just, where is he? I'm here. I'm here. You don't see me? Here I am. Here I am. The camera fell at the top of this recording. It's a modified set. We're getting ready for the new L-Light, so the camera angle is different. The lighting is different. The hairstyle is the same. Uh, but we're getting ready for the new L-Light, and so everything is slightly off. People are saying, is there a new set? There is no new set. You never mess with a set. People like a set, you stay with a set. It's a little bit more than just sort of the backdrop. We're getting ready for the new L-Light, and I hope you're very excited. I know I'm very excited. This is a channel that you really have to stay with. You need to, you need to tell your friends, come on over. You won't need broadcast news. You won't need to watch anywhere else. And you're gonna, hey Evelyn, and you're gonna find yourself staying here a lot longer. I'm not gonna tease too much of what it is, but you're gonna see something that it's not what you thought might have happened. And so there you go. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video, and if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The excitement about the third stimulus package does not mean that we go negative, does not mean that we roll over. There's a place between rolling over and being negative, and that is pushing. But what I want viewers to understand is that there's a lot of money in here for you. Let me go over that recap for you at the 17-minute mark. Every viewer of this channel, unless you make a lot of money, will get somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 under the third stimulus package. You're going to get the stimulus check, $1,400. You're going to get rent assistance. You're going to get utility assistance. You'll get food assistance, SNAP, if you don't have it already. And you'll get internet assistance. And that will add up. That will add up. Every viewer of this channel, what's important to say is that's a lot of money. It's not a small amount of money. And that's just to start. There's more money on top of that. UI, PUA, and FPUC extended to from March to August of 2021. There will be $400 a week. There will be FPUC for FPUC. There will be a, hey Ray, thank you for this, for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. If you have a child 5 years or younger, you're going to get $3,600. If you have, is there any income thresholds for rent, utilities, and food benefits? Kathy, yeah. It's generally about $50,000 2019 or 2020 earnings. It's about $50,000 single individual. If you're a married couple, you double it. Then you're going to see $3,600 children 5 or younger, $3,000 children 17 to 6, $1,700 financial aid for college student, $5,000 business owner, $5 million, hopefully, restaurant owner, and there's paid sick leave, there is mortgage assistance, there is rent, there is homeless rent, middle class rent, low income class rent. Oh, I forgot. There is also supposed to be middle class income rent. So that threshold may actually be higher than what I just said to you. So it actually may be higher than what I just said to you, because that is a surprise. Mortgage assistance is in there. What I want to do now in the recording is pull out a pen and paper, and I want to give you the sections of the bill that concern your subject matter. If you have a computer, then you can search the PDF for the section that concerns you. This is an advance of me breaking out the bill and giving you those individual sections. Some people may look at a 600-page document like, I can't even get through this 600-page document. how do I maneuver through this 600-page document? So get that pen and paper ready, and let's get to it right now. If you're looking for SNAP, you're going to go to section 1011 to 1014. If you're looking for PEBT, you're going to go to 2304. And I would look at 2303 as well. If you're looking for rental assistance, you're going to go to 4101. Housing, you're going to go, I think this is for homeless housing, but I'll just say housing for now. 4102. No, maybe it's general housing. No, maybe it's general housing. Homeless assistance, homeless housing, 4106. Homeowner assistance, this is the mortgages, 4107. And if you're looking at the whole section, because it's not particularly long, housing is 4101 to 4108. If you're looking for EIDL, 6002. If you're looking for restaurants, 6003. If you're looking for venue grants, 6005. And the whole business section, if you're looking for PPP, 6001. And the whole business section is 6001 to 6006. If you're looking for unemployment, it's 9,000. It's 9011 to 9018. If you're looking for FPUC, it's 9013. If you're looking for the earned income tax credit, which is the $1,500 hazard pay an individual who made less than $25,000, that is 9621 to 9626. Paid sick leave, 9641 to 9650. Child tax credit, I think this is where it is, 9611 to 9612. And there you go. That is a quick summary. Hot dog alert. Oh my God, there was a hot dog. Hot dog alert. Thank you for the hot dog. LA, can you throw out if your lease is up? I don't know the question. You mean rent assistance if your lease is up? Well, you have to have a lease for there to be an issue. So you actually have to be ready somewhere. If you owe the what is the rent? I haven't printed my copy yet. What do you mean? Did you mean the section? If you miss one of the sections I detail in this video, after this video is finished, you can replay it and go back to that spot in the video. We're currently at about 23 minutes into the video, so you can sort of mark that we're somewhere at 23 minutes of the video. Thanks. I had Schedule C and message members. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Tasha. How much will mortgage assistance be? That's why we got to read through the bill. All this we got to read through the bill. And reading all these different provisions, we need the clarity. Liz Young, Director of Market Research at BYN Mellon, also reacted to Janet Yellen's comments this last week. And she says if rates go up, interest rates go out through the year, I think that's okay. We could digest it. She's correct. And so I'm okay with the rate rise. She is correct. I think that's going to be some volatility in 2021 in the Treasuries curve, but I would lean into that volatility and use it as buying opportunity. Amen. I just don't think it's a big issue. Caterina Simonetti, SVP at Morgan Stanley Private Wealth, says, I think consumers have really developed powerful habits over the course of the 9 months to stay at home. Certainly we'll pay attention as we go forward. And then George Cipollini, portfolio manager at Penn Mutual Asset Management, says, going back to this reflection trade, I think it's going to be important. When you think of the Fed's impact, they had two major impacts. They kept the interest rates low, which has driven up asset prices. And number two, they've simulated certain behavior in the market when people tend to be a little bit more irresponsible. I think we're fine. I really think we're fine with the Federal Reserve. I would not worry about interest rates. I would not worry about volatility. I would not worry about inflation. I think we're all good. I think it's going to be a great year. I think 2021 will be a great year. And I think financially you'll get your feet on the ground and things are going to help. LA, can you explain the rent if you're not behind the rent but just need help? Paula, yeah, so that's a great question. Paula's question is if you're not behind on the rent, can you get rent help? Uh, I have two answers to that question. First, under third stimulus, my understanding is you cannot get rent help because you're not behind on the rent. But the other answer is you can get rent help from the volunteers under or yourself from first and second stimulus and nonprofit stimulus. You know, as we sit here, we have five PPPs, three EIDLs, four different rent programs. I mean, these things just keep on reemerging. How many rent programs has this channel done? How many PPPs and EIDLs? They keep on changing. And ultimately, if the third stimulus one looks weird and doesn't look good to you, then consider the second stimulus version or the first stimulus version because they may still have the money out there. And that's why the recording after this is purple. And purple goes over rent and mortgage assistance and things like that you can get right now without having to wait for the third stimulus package. It's a strange concept, and this is certainly what the Republicans hit on, is why are we talking about certain things in this bill if they're already law right now? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I don't know why we're doing another round of PPP when we have a round right now. I don't know why we're doing another round of rent when we have a round of rent right now. But this is why things get a little confusing because they sort of repeat themselves. And there you go, with 26 minutes on the clock. And boy, there's insane wind here in Southern California. If you're in Southern California watching me as well, please be safe because I have never heard wind like this. It is just, you can't see it because I guess because the way that the lighting's set up tonight, but it feels like it's 20 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour winds outside. It is like Dorothy and the Wizard of the Oz on caffeine shots. It's just, I think Dorothy just had to walk in the park with the Wizard of Oz compared to what's outside there right now. So it's just, it is incredible windy. 27 minutes on the clock. Right after this recording, I'm going to be back with you with Purple. I got to tell you, last night, Purple had a sort of a drop off of viewers from this show. And yet I still get people who ask a lot about rent. You gotta jump, and people that ask about rent, mortgage assistance, utility assistance, you gotta jump into that show because that show is sort of your open door to get the money right now. I'll show you how to get money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. I'll go over rent, utilities, food, internet, and more. So make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you're not become a member, then become a member. Later tonight, I'll deliver another copy of the PDF to members from the community page of this channel. Why would you not become a subscriber to this channel? And I'm so excited for you. So join and click that bell so you get alert as soon as a new video is live. Right after this video, you're going to see a new feed. So jump into that feed, a live feed. It'll go live shortly. Stay informed, stay focused, stay calm, stay on the ground if the wind picks up, and stay of LA for more.